combinations of functions. So in combination of functions, you are going to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication. Okay? I will illustrate an examples in this topic. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Say good morning.
Reminding everybody that this is the last week of instruction.
Okay.
And next week we have 2 days holiday, Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday is final exam review. Thursday and Friday is final exam days. Okay, and then next week Friday will be our last day. And that's it. Okay? So push hard this week and make sure that you're getting everything so you can recover the credit. Okay?
Thank you, Dr. Willie. Okay, we're going to start now our discussions. Are you listening? Please pay attention right now. So this is now the combinations of functions. We have the sum, difference, product, or quotient. But we are going to discuss the sum, the difference, and the product. Because we are going to separate this quotient because we are going to expound this one with a different method. But this 1, 2, 3, we can discuss in one time. Okay? So for the sum or addition of functions, you are going to use this notation. We have f plus g of x. So how will you read this notation? F plus g of x is equal to f of x plus g of x. So meaning, you just combine the common terms or applying what you have learned in addition of polynomials. Another, and the difference, we have f minus g of x is equal to f minus g of x. And also in the product or multiplication of functions, we have f times g of x is equal to f of x times g of x. So this one, we are going to discuss it tomorrow. Okay? So we consider the three. So if I will give you an example, if f of x is equal to 5x plus 2 and g of x is equal to x squared minus 1, now you are going to find now your A, f plus g of x, and letter B, f minus g of x, and letter C is you are going to find f times g of x, and letter D, f plus g of x at 1. So you notice in letter D, you need to evaluate what is the resulting function. So we are going to consider now the solutions here for letter A. So we have f plus g of x. You just copy this notation. This is equal to Lorenzo eyes on the board so that you will understand. F of x plus g of x. Okay, you are going to just combine. What is f of x? So look at here, what is the given? We have 5x plus 2. So you put here 5x plus 2. And then plus. Now, what is your g of x? That is x squared minus 1. So, this is x squared minus 1. Your g of x is x squared minus 1. Or you just combine. And you need to rearrange now the functions. So, you just combine, you just add. As you notice that your x squared is only 1. So, you just write x squared here. You rewrite the functions. And your 5x, it's also 1. So just plus 5x. And then, what you are going to combine now? The constant. We have positive 2 and negative 1. So you are going to add. Positive 2 plus negative 1. Of course, your answer is 1. So this is now your answer. So this is very easy. As long as you know the operation of integers. Now, that is for letter A. So we go now in letter B. How about in letter B? So in letter B now is subtraction or finding the difference of two functions. So we have f minus g of x. This is equivalent to, you just copy this notation. f of x minus g of x. Okay, so what is the operations or so rules in subtraction you are going to apply here?
What we doing now?
Again, what we are doing, we are,
The second part, difference?
yeah, that is the difference as you can see this.
All that we have to do.
Yes. Okay, next, you just put your f of x. So here, 5x plus 2. Oh, you are going to make a close and open parenthesis now, then copy the sign. And your g of x is x squared minus 1. Alright? Now, according to the rules of subtraction of integers, you need to change the operation, change the sign of the subtrahend. Okay. So, the minuend will stay at is. So, you just copy this one. We have 5x plus 2. Now, we need to change this operation from subtraction to addition. And then, you are going to change also the sign of the subtrahend from positive, this is positive x squared, it will become negative x squared. Alright? And then your negative 1 will become plus 1. Now, what is the next step that you are going to do? Perform the addition operation. So what you're going to do is you just combine like terms. As you can see, there is no more to combine because 5x is alone, but you need to arrange this one in decreasing power. As you notice, we have x squared, 1, 0. So you are going to start with negative x squared, followed by positive 5x, and then you need to combine. You have a positive 2 and positive 1. You got positive 3. So this is now your f minus g of x. Okay? So that is now for your subtraction or finding the difference of two functions. How about in letter C? In letter C is you are going to perform now the multiplication. So we have f times g of x. So we go here. This is equivalent to f of x times g of x. You just multiply. Always copy the notations. So what is your f of x again? You have 5x plus 2. Alright? Times. Remember the operation times. Your g of x is x squared minus 1. Okay, so this time you are going to apply now the laws of an exponent. What is the product rule? You need to add the exponent. So you distribute now. Rinan, you're sleeping. You are going to distribute. You have 5x times x squared. So what is 5x times x squared? Eva, what you will do with the exponent? It can be 5. What must be the exponent? X raised to what? What is the exponent here? You have 1. You remember the laws of an exponent. You need to add exponent. 1 plus 2. We got 3. Am I right? So another is 5 times negative 1. So what is 5x times negative 1? That is 5x times negative 1. Is this negative 1?
Negative 5.
Negative 5x. Put the variables. Again, you are done in the first term. You go now in the next term. The 2. So you need to, again, multiply 2 times x squared. What is 2 times x squared? That is Lorenzo, 2 times x squared. What is your answer? Plus, you are going to emphasize the sign. 2x squared. 2 times negative 1, Harper. That is negative 2. Is there any similar terms?
Yeah.
As you consider, is there any similar terms here?
Yes.
Where?
What?
Remember that as similar terms, they're having the same variables, the same exponent. Is there any two terms that represent alike? Remember that the exponent in the first one is 3. The next one is 1. The next one is 2. So they are not alike. They are dissimilar. So you cannot combine x cubed plus x squared and x. So what you're going to do now, you are going to arrange the functions in decreasing order of power. So you start with 5x cubed, and it follows with plus 2x squared. Oh my God. 2x squared. Then, we have minus 5x. What is next? Minus 2. Okay, so this is now your answer. Okay? So that is for letter C. How about in letter D? You need to evaluate the letter D. So you go to the resulting function in letter A. This is the resulting function of letter A. We have x squared plus 5x plus 1. Okay? So what you are going to do is you just evaluate at 1. So this will become f. It can be f plus g at 1. And then copy this resulting equation. So we have x squared plus 5x and plus 1. So what you're going to do now, just replace your x with this number, this value 1. So we have 1 squared plus 5 times 1 plus 1. So 1 squared, that is 1. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 1. So if you're going to add, that is 7. So this is now the value in letter D. So if you know how to add, to multiply, and subtract, you can easily answer that. So I will give you time to copy first with the solutions. And no, that is not confusing. We are using the 3 operations at the same time in one example. We compute this one, this sum, difference, and product. I give you one example. We perform the 3 operations in one example, and I will give you another one example. So please take notes with that, because after that I will give you an individual work. Okay? So take time. I will give you 10 minutes to copy the examples. If you know how to multiply, if you know how to add, to subtract, there is no problem with that lessons.